Think by John C. Maxwell. Yay, Mr. Dekunle is the first person to join tonight. I see 5 other people. You are most welcome. So today we're going to be reviewing chapter 5 of this book, which says utilize strategic thinking. An unknown person says that most people spend more time planning their summer vacation than planning their lives. Is this true about you? Do you spend more time planning your summer vacation or planning what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, how you're going to party than you plan your life? Strategic thinking is very, very important if you want to be successful. And sometimes when we hear strategic thinking, we actually think that it is one big thing. Maybe it has to do with your business or how to rob a bank, how to how to do a big campaign, how to join politics, how to win election. We think it is something very, very big, but no, it is something that is actually very simple, something that you can engage every day and every time if you want to win. Strategic thinking can make a positive impact in any area of one's life, and that is why it is important that we think strategically. Note that we're not saying you must think. Everybody thinks, or let me say almost everybody thinks, right? So many people think. But how many people think strategically? There is a way to think that makes you successful, that makes you win. And that is what we are going to be unpacking in this video. Right. The author has observed that most people try to plan their lives once a day. It is only when they wake up, they don't even write what they want to do. But for some, they manage to write their to-do list, what they are going to do on that day. They do their makeup, dress up, and then they go. The following day, when they wake up, is when they also plan what they will do for that day. For some, they are better in their planning. They plan every week. Maybe on Sunday evening, they plan how the week is going to go. And the following Sunday, they plan for the next week. The author, for example, plans for 40 days at a stretch. Right. He makes rooms for error. He knows where he's going to be going part-time, what he's going to be doing, the people he's going to be visiting, the appointments that he has. His schedule is for 40 days part-time. So what about you? How do you plan? Or is it that you don't plan at all? You don't think at all? So the first thing when it comes to strategic thinking is planning. It has to do with planning. You are thinking, this is my life. How do I want it to go? What do I want to do? What do I want to achieve 2 years from now? So that nothing will catch you by surprise. Or at least the surprises can be minimal. You are not shocked all the time. Life does not happen to you all the time. You don't have any shock absorber. You don't expect, the unexpected to happen. So when it happens, it throws you off balance. And it takes a long time before you get up. That is even if you get up at all. So why should you release the power of strategic thinking? Like I said, strategic thinking helps you to plan, to become more efficient, to maximize your strengths, to minimize errors. So the number one reason is that it simplifies the difficult. Anything that is difficult may not actually be as difficult as it seems if you have a plan to tackle it. Because to somebody who doesn't have a plan, everything is going to be difficult. They don't know what they are going to be doing. Everything is just dumped on their laps, and then they are looking. A novelist says that the man who is prepared for his battle, the man who is prepared has his battle half fought. Right? You have not gone to the battlefield, but because in your mind you have planned, this is how you're going to attack. This is how you're going to defend. This is where you will hide. This is the weapon you will use. You have everything mapped out. So that is a battle half fought already. And that is the same way you should approach your life. You want to go into business. You cannot go empty-headed. You cannot go without a plan. Otherwise, maybe setting yourself up for failure. Strategic thinking can help you simplify the management of everyday life. It just makes things easy. Break it down. But that is if you have a plan. The number 2 thing or reason why you should plan is that strategic thinking prompts you to ask the right questions. If you are not thinking about something, when the opportunity comes, you don't even know the questions to ask. What kind of questions do you need to be asking if you want to succeed at any endeavor? Right. If you have a plan ahead, you will ask the right question. Is it question about direction, like what should we do next? Why should we do it? Is it question about cash? What is our projected income? What is our expense, net worth? Can we afford it? How can we afford it? Who are those we can approach to partner with us in this business, Or is it a question about organization, to ask who is responsible for what? Who should be doing what? Why should they be doing it? How will they do it? These are the right questions you'll be asking if you're thinking strategically. Then strategic thinking prompts customization. In life, you cannot do one size fits all approach. What works for me may not work for you. But if you plan ahead, you will know your style, you will know your own process, you will know your own journey better. And as you go ahead, as you move ahead in life, you are going to be discovering some things that are unique to you, not you copying what everybody is doing. But if you don't have a plan, you're going to be doing trial and error. You are going to have vague ideas. You are going to be so confused in life. Strategic thinking prepares you today for an uncertain tomorrow. I said it earlier. Some people just appear in a future that they are not prepared for. They have not been thinking about it. They are working full time now. They are earning money. They are not thinking about tomorrow. Oh, when they retire, when they cannot work actively, what are they going to be eating? How are they going to be living? Or are they going to be begging people for money every now and then? Or constituting nuisance, or depending fully on their children who are going to be finding their own feet at that time? Strategic thinking is the bridge that links where you are to where you want to be. If you want a future, you want to arrive in a future that you love, that you're going to be proud of, you need to start planning for it now. That is the link between now and tomorrow, between today and the future. It gives you direction, it gives you credibility. You know that some things are non-negotiable in life. Some things are going to come anyways. So why don't you plan? Why don't you prepare ahead? You have to think about it. See, strategic thinking is not so hard. It is just you asking yourself some questions. Where do I want to be in the next 5 years? Where is this business going? What do I have at hand now to push this project through? Simple questions like that, but very powerful and impactful. Strategic thinking reduces the margin for error. You're not going to be making so many mistakes, doing different things. You are 50, you're still trying out your life. You're still trying to discover your gifts and your talents. You're still trying to know the business that you're going to do. Right. But when you plan ahead, you start making plans towards it and start early. Strategic thinking gives you influence with others. People want to follow those who know road, those who know what they are doing. So the one with the plan is the one with the power. Nobody wants to follow anybody that is confused. So if you want to have influence over other people, maybe as a leader or as a father or as a friend, whoever, right, make sure you know what you're doing. When people see that, oh, this person has a plan, this person always has a good idea, this person can lead us, then they are going to follow you. They are going to become your diehard fan, because they know that you cannot mislead them, you cannot misguide them. But if you yourself don't know where you're going, how do you influence others positively? How do you lead them? Employees want to follow the business leader with a good business plan. Volunteers want to join the pastor with a good ministry plan. Children want to be with the adult who has the well thought out vacation plan. It doesn't matter in any endeavor. People want to follow those who know where they're going. Now, this is how you release the power of strategic thinking. Because even though you may not know how to think strategically now, you can learn it. The number one thing that you should do is to break down the issue. Henry Ford said that nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs. Don't try to tackle it as a lump or as a chunk. Break it down. Start from the head, start from the tail, start by asking some questions, start by dissecting it. You can start by asking for a timetable. Okay, maybe I'll do this tomorrow. I'll do this next tomorrow. Okay, give yourself a timeline. Or maybe by responsibility. Now, this is a task before me. Who do I delegate what to? Who can help with this? Or maybe by its function. Which one should come first? Just find a way to break it down. And you will start getting clear direction. Maybe you don't know how you're going to retire and retire well. Start by asking yourself, okay, how much can I start saving now? You're earning 100,000 naira. Let me start saving 10,000 naira. By the time I have up to 200,000, there is this investment I can put it into that can be compounding for me. I still have 15 years before I retire. Those things, just break it down. Nothing is too big to be broken into smaller parts. Number two, ask why before how. Don't just jump into anything. We're discussing how to be a strategic thinker now. These are practical steps. Number one, break down the issue, divide it into smaller parts. Number two, ask why before how. You must know why you are doing something before you know how you're going to do it. Otherwise, if you jump into it without asking the right questions, then you get into it halfway. You would have wasted time, resources, energy, and then you discover that you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. Any engineer can draw up a list on what needs to construct a bridge, how it should be done, and all of that. But it takes a smart engineer to know that that bridge should not even be constructed in the first place. Or maybe it is not the right time to construct that bridge. Or maybe you should not be at that particular place. So many times you are always eager to do something. We want to show people that we can do it. And we don't ask if we should even be doing it, why you should be doing it, what is the issue. What is the reason? What is the purpose? Why it should be done? That's why you should not live your life to impress anybody. The fact that everybody else is doing it does not mean you should do it. It may not align with your purpose. Number three way to be a strategic thinker is to identify the real issue and objectives. What exactly is the problem? What do I want to achieve? Too many people rush to solutions. Right, they just want results. But what is the issue? Now you have gotten to the end, you have a result, but you have not tackled the main problem. Then review your resources. You want to go into something. Even the Bible says, who is it that wants to build a house that will not first of all sit down and count the cost and examine the resources, whether it will be enough to do the project, to start building the house, or you're going to be stuck halfway. We have so many uncompleted buildings littered everywhere in my country, Nigeria. People who started building projects out of excitement, out of faith. Faith is good, but faith does not mean that you should not plan, right? We talked about it in, was it chapter 4 or 3? You have to be realistic. It is good for you to use your faith, but at the same time, be realistic. Work with the facts on ground. Ask the right questions. So review your resources. A strategy that doesn't take into account resources is doomed to failure. Take an inventory. How much time do I have? How much money? What kind of materials, supplies, inventory, and all of that? What are the other assets? If this one fails, do I have something to fall back on? Faith without works is dead. You are exercising faith, but show me your faith, and I will show you my works. They go hand in hand. Then number 5, develop your plan. Have you approached the planning? How you approach the planning process depends greatly on your profession and the size of your challenge, of the challenge you are trying to tackle. Right. No matter how you go about planning, take this advice. Start with the obvious. Start with what you know. Start from the familiar to the unfamiliar. Then put the right people in the right place. That is another way to be a strategic thinker. You have a plan, you have a business, you have a project, a very good idea. But if you don't get to work with the right people to bring that to fruition, that is a visa to failure. It is critical that you include the right people on your team. Get your think tank members, your masterminds very right. You don't want to have a fantastic idea, but you bring the wrong people on board, right? A wrong person will bring you problem instead of potential. A wrong person will bring you frustration instead of fulfillment. A wrong person will bring you grief instead of growth. There are some people who are better off alone, pushing their own thing, minding their businesses, and doing their thing, instead of bringing a wrong person on board, right? Then number 7, keep repeating the process. This is one of the habits of successful people. You are not going to achieve anything tangible if you just want to do it once. You want to read a book once. You want to declare that thing once. You want to try that business once. You want to create one video, it doesn't blow, it doesn't get enough views, you pack it up. No, you got to repeat the process. You have to get used to the boring. That is where success lies. Right, if you expect to solve any major problem once, you are in for disappointment. You have to repeat the process, improving your strategy, improving your plan every time. Little things can be won easily through systems and personal discipline. Right, keep repeating the process, keep doing it. Leave it. You know, major issues need major strategic thinking time. Somebody said that the will to win is worthless if you do not have the will to prepare. Right. If you want to be an effective strategic thinker, then you need to become a continuous strategic thinker. Don't do it once and say, oh, this thing is not working, and then you pack it up. No, you repeat the process. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Do the boring routine. That is how you even develop strength of character. That discipline is very, very important. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Ask yourself, am I implementing strategic plans that give me direction for today and increase my potential for tomorrow? Thank you so much. That will be all for today on how successful people think. Don't forget to like this video, share your comments with me, and please subscribe to this channel in case you're yet to subscribe. I remain Olaide Ogbaje, also known as First Lady, and on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. I'll come your way again tomorrow by God's grace as we review chapter 6, which says explore possibility thinking. I'm going to see you then. Take care and be intentional. Bye. Thank you, Selena. Jeremiah, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Our reading partner. Bye. Oh, they want to greet you. Okay.
Bye-bye.
So bye.
Bye.
All right. Take care.
Okay.